A very good morning and a happy Monday. Happy Holi to those celebrating. Holi is a festival of colors, and I wish with all my heart that it brings more colors to your life, more health, more happiness. Wishing you, your family, and your friends a fabulous Holi. We'll talk about three things: 20 billion of block trades, good week for US dollar, and the week ahead. The S&P 500 concluded a volatile week with a late day rally that pushed it to a fresh high on Friday. The US stocks hedged higher for much of the session before sprinting to the closing bell. The S&P 500 was up 1.7%. The Dow was up 1.4%, also a fresh high, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq gained about 1.2%. For the week, the S&P 500 was up 1.57%, the Dow Jones was up 1.36%, while the Nasdaq was down 0.58%. Investors have backed away from tech darlings as well as special purpose acquisition companies known as SPACs. An exchange traded fund trading SPACs fell about 9.7% the past week. Shares of Facebook and Netflix have also fallen about 2.8% and 0.8% respectively over last week. Meanwhile, trading in bullish call options tied to stocks is also calmed. Call options volume hit the lowest level of the year last week. This is according to Trade Alert data. A sharp shift from earlier in the year when investors looked to wager on explosive stock gains by buying call options. Another interesting thing that happened on Friday, global traders are bracing for what's shaping up to be one of the most anticipated opens for US equities in months following an extraordinary $20 billion wave of block trades Friday that rattled investors worldwide. Tiger Cub Bill Hwang's family office has been behind the unprecedented trades that were the talk of Wall Street on Friday. Archegos Capital Management was forced by its banks to sell shares after some positions moved against him, is what is getting reported in Bloomberg. Morgan Stanley traded about 13 billion, including Farfetch, Discovery, Baidu, while Goldman sold about 6.6 billion worth of Baidu, Tencent Music and VIP Shop. That was followed by a sale of 3.9 billion in Viacom CBS and IQE. Interesting things happening there, and in the names that I mentioned, there has been a lot of volatility. So what will happen on Monday would be very interesting to kind of track. Last week was a great week to be long US dollar. The greenback traded higher against all major currencies, and these gains drove the dollar index to the strongest level in 4 months. For the technical analysts out there, this was also the first time since May that the dollar index closed above the 200-day simple moving average, which is typically a signal for further gains. Mixed US data did not deter investors from driving US assets higher. Personal spending dropped by 1% against a forecast of a 0.7% decline. Personal incomes also fell by 7.1% against a 7.3% forecast, and the University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Index was revised up to 84.9 from 83.6. Some of these reports were less than idle, but the ongoing recovery in the US economy is irrefutable, and it is showing with the way the US dollar is trading against most of the majors. In terms of the week ahead, in the US, expanding vaccinations along with a pickup in economic activity likely supported hiring. The March unemployment report will be out on Friday, expected to show the strongest rebound in non-farm payrolls in months. Separately, Biden will present his long-term economic program, the Build Back Better plan, possibly worth about $3 trillion in Pittsburgh on Wednesday. OPEC Plus meets on Thursday to discuss production levels for May and whether it can revive some of the 8 million barrels a day of daily output currently on hold. Last time around, Saudi Energy Minister Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman said he would only believe in a demand recovery when he saw it. Given that Brent has dropped more than 5% this month and renewed lockdowns are being imposed in many countries, it's a safe bet that Kingdom won't recommend loosening the taps. This is according to Bloomberg. Supply chain relationships of Micron and Walgreens will be in focus this week when they report earnings. Results are also due from some Chinese names: Air China, Bank of China, Foxconn Industrial, and WH Group is also something that we're looking out for. In other results, we'll be looking out for H&M and BlackBerry. Deliveroo stock debuts on Wednesday in what's said to be the largest IPO in London this year. It comes amid growing investor concerns about the delivery startup's treatment of its courier riders. It'll be an interesting debut to watch out for. Lastly, China PMI surveys for March are likely to show both production and services making progress in recovery. The country's industrial profits look set for a whopping 49% jump in the first 2 months of the year. Much of that is due to an extremely depressed base, but fundamental drivers, which is production, exports, and factory gate prices, are all pointing up. That's the update. Stay safe and healthy, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.